Hello everyone, welcome back to the KotLC Fanbase. Today I'm going to be reading through some 1-star reviews of KotLC. Just a few days ago I finished my reread of the first book of the Keeper of the Lost City series. My rating has always been and will always be 5 stars, and so I'm really interested to see the opposite spectrum because I think the book is amazing, but I know that there are some people who think that it is absolute trash. So I'm gonna go on Goodreads and read some of the reviews from some of the 1-star people and see what they have to say, see if any of it is valid. Please do make sure to leave a like on this video, subscribe down below, and hit the notification bell. I think only 10% of you have done that. But without further ado, let's get into it. So I'm currently on Goodreads right now. We're just gonna go click 1 star. Astra says, everyone is stupid except for Keith. And I can't exactly disagree with this. Like, the only character I do care about is Keith. Maybe Sophie a little bit too. But you know, this isn't the worst 1-star review. Like, at least Astra's acknowledging that Keith is a good character. Bubbles Miss says, I don't know what to say. I heard that this book was a best-selling book, so I ordered it from the library in high hopes for a new adventure. The beginning was nice, until Sophie met Fitz. It just irritates me so much when Fitz asked Sophie when she started reading minds. She said since he was 5. Fitz says that he had never heard of someone reading minds at such a young age. It was mostly around 12 to 13 when Elle started reading minds. Okay, reading minds is fine, but on top of that, Sophie can use telekinesis. What the? I hate books where the main female protagonist is so OP and everyone else is trash. Oh, she's special. She's the only person able to do that in this. It just irritates me so much. Now, I can't say this is invalid criticism, but also, do you just want the main character to be bland and boring and normal? Like, I'd much rather read about a character with 5 million special abilities than a character that doesn't have any special abilities, you know what I mean? I think it just adds to the craze, to the height of the series. The plot is repetitive. Soap/Sophie is the chosen one. Weird romance, planning ambushes, and then never seen gets away every single book. Whenever they actually capture someone, they escape. It's so boring. Can't say I disagree with that. It is annoying that the Black Swan hasn't made like any progress or any wins throughout the whole series. All of the people they captured escaped, so it's like so repetitive, and I understand your pain. Alright, Namia says, this may be messy. Here you go though. I hate
2 hours later.
Special, magnificent girl hating Sophie Foster with her special, pretty brown eyes. And I also hate know-it-all, jerky, bratty, super handsome, boring classist Fitz Vacker. That is some pretty strong hate. Can't say that I agree though. Perla says, love Ritz beef and desk. Sophie's not like other girls. She's quirky because she is skinny and has brown horse eyes and blonde hair, and she has spooky unknown powers. Sophie's the weakest person alive. She can't do one pull-up to save her life. She solves problems like a Disney character. Oh no, what is this? Teacher gave me an impossible test, so I cheated with my invincible telepathy powers that no one will ever find out because my head is steel, so no one can look at my head because I'm special. Then I threw up and then asked for a week of detention to my daddy because I'm so overwhelmed with guilt, and it's not like teenagers cheat every day. Also, I want to see beef. Sophie is special. Very special. I read this book as a middle schooler, and the only thing that stuck with me is that the protagonists are Aryan elves living in a secret advanced society, and the only ones that aren't are products of bad breeding. No one saw anything wrong with this. I feel like they could explain that more intricately because that makes no sense to me. I've read this review like a couple times, and it's going right over my head. I think there is an issue with diversity in the series, but I don't know what this review is trying to say. I love this person. Sophie just says, hell no, in all caps. And I think it's ironic because Sophie is the name of the main character. Oh yeah, I love this one. Cringe. Oh my goodness. Eloy says, I mean, just boring. Like 100 pages in and still it seemed there's no problem. This book doesn't have like a main issue that they're trying to solve. Like the issue kind of unfolds over time and it isn't revealed within the first 100 pages because we're trying to still get the exposition. And I feel like, yes, the exposition of KotLC could be a little bit shorter, but also I feel like it was layered so perfectly as well. As she goes into the Elven world, she's learning more things about her. Okay, Cooper says, this book was very unsatisfying. None of the concepts made sense and the ending was very anticlimactic. I regret reading this book. Now, I don't know what book Cooper was reading, but the ending of KotLC was so climactic. I remember really wanting to read the second book after reading the first. The whole scene from, you know, like Sophie going to chase down and catch the Everblades and all of her life, like, kind of just falling apart, you know, Grady and Natalie canceling the adoption, her friends being, like, fake or whatever, through the kidnapping and Sophie's new abilities. I think that is the best KotLC ending in my opinion. Sarah says, I liked most of the things about this book. The only thing I didn't like is how all the elves are white with blonde hair and blue eyes, and they're also superior to humans. Though that's probably not the intent for a children's book, I'm not sure, but it makes me uncomfortable. I don't think that was the intent, but definitely diversity was lacking in the first book, and even when she introduced like some of the Asian characters, it was very stereotypical, like some of the other reviews said. So I understand. I couldn't even finish this book. I have the rest of the series and now I'm so annoyed. But I mean, it's a kid's book, so I guess it's my fault, lol. It is your fault. If you're an adult trying to read this series, it's probably gonna get hard to get into. No, Rowan says DNF at 2%. I'm trying to figure out the math. That's like 8 pages or something. Like literally, that's like 8 pages. Like, I can't stand when people can't even read like 50 pages into a book before they DNF it. Like, some people cannot finish a chapter before they DNF a book, and that's like, Ooh, fun. This person said, bro, it was horrible. It was one of the most annoying main characters ever. Can we turn back time and convince me not to read it, please? I mean, you could have like just not read it, you know what I mean? Like, you could not finish it if you wanted to, like the other person. Kate Feldman says, shame on you, Miss Messenger. In this world full of predators, is this really the fantasy we want to put in the heads of 11-year-old girls? Seriously, she feels like an outcast, she doesn't get along with her family, and some cute boy comes along, isolates her from everyone who knows her, basically kidnaps her, and this turns out to be the magical miracle that fulfills all her dreams? And it's just better if she never tells her parents. I mean, I get that it's fantasy, but this is just an all too common real-world pattern of abuse and exploitation of women. I'm not sure there could have been a way to tell a story while thinking about the safety and mental health of your readers. Now, this is the issue with adults reading middle grade books intended for, you know, like teens. I'm sure Shannon meant to make a story about the exploitation of women from this. That's definitely the pattern that she's trying to create. I feel like this falls into the category of like over dramatizing. I think the more that you read into the series, the more you realize that Sophie was like born in the wrong place. So this is not necessarily kidnapping her or taking her like against her will and like making her leave her family. I think Sophie was always intended to live with the humans, but like it was her home is in the Lost Cities. This argument just doesn't make much sense to me, and I think it's too much. Vidania says, the torture's over. Nope, never again. Sorry. Reading has become very torturing to a lot of people. Okay, this is a fun one. Audrey says, this book is terribly written. Sophie's always so giggly, and why does every boy that comes within 20 feet of her automatically fall head over heels in love with her? It's utterly overdramatic and unrealistic, and maybe fiction, but the way the characters act is so annoying. Fitz, the brave and sexy love interest. Dex, cute and quirky, and lastly, Keith. I can express how much I hate this man. Fitz is easily hateable, but contrary to popular belief, Keith is the worst. He's the quirky trickster and he's super flirty. Overall, this book is very poorly written, it's very unrealistic. I mean, you can have your opinion, but I think Keith is fun. Fitz does appear very brave and strong all the time. I understand that criticism. It is kind of funny how all the guys fall for her. That is a little bit unrealistic. Madison says, God, the amount of times I rolled my eyes at this book. I have as much praise as I have patience. Very little. Would I recommend this? Maybe, sure. To a 7-year-old child? I honestly don't know what to say. This is middle grade, but my 12-year-old self wouldn't enjoy this. Oftentimes, I feel bad for not continuing a series because I'm losing out on potential author growth and development, but not for this one. Boring and forgettable, but probably good if you read it young and reminiscing in the nostalgia. Not for me. And hey, if I read KotLC my age, almost 17, would I enjoy KotLC as much? Probably not. I think the general consensus of this video and what I saw in the reviews, because this is my first time reading 1-star reviews, is that a lot of adults have trouble reading younger books, and that makes sense. And if I'm, you know, an adult, I'm probably not going to like middle grade as much, and I'll probably be more young adult and adult book territory. I think as you age, it's just harder to get into younger books, and I think that makes perfect sense to me. And I think the only reason why I still enjoy these books at my age is because of the nostalgia and this whole channel and stuff like that. I feel like someone my age maybe not like KotLC as much as me. Some of these criticisms were valid, some of them weren't, but I had a fun time. That was a really interesting video. I hope you enjoyed it and hope seeing some of the other perspectives of KotLC, because I'm sure most people here love it. Thank you a million times for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Please make sure to leave a like if you want to see more videos like this. Subscribe down below. Comment your opinion on book 1 and maybe some rebuttals to what the people had to say in these reviews. Love you so much, and I can't wait for more summer content. Have an amazing day, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!